Hello, on this Wednesday, had some lovely showers and thunderstorms rumble through the area this morning. And we did talk about yesterday that we had that very real possibility of some early morning showers and thunder. A lot of cloud debris left with that, though, and we'll talk about what that could do in a second. But a narrow area of 1 to 2 inches of rain, mostly west of the Twin Cities. I know it poured for a while here, but we only picked up 0.08 of an inch of actual rainfall at the airport, so it was not very substantial. And as mentioned, a lot of cloud debris with these showers and thunderstorms still through most of the morning hours. It kept things cloudy, dropped the dew points a little bit, and so it is going to cost us from seeing those most extreme conditions in terms of temperature and heat index that we were expecting this afternoon, which is probably okay with many of you, but because of those clouds, they're clearing out quickly now. So we will have afternoon hazy sunshine, and because the air mass is just so warm, this is a look at the weather balloon data from this sounding, and if we model the heat for the day, even with just 25% of the sun out of a possible 100%, we still reach 90 degrees today. So I do think we still pop into the low to mid 90s, and those dew points will creep back into the 70s. So still the potential for low to mid 90s, closer to 100 in west central Minnesota, and then you factor in those dew points with the temperature, and we get that heat index, which is even higher. Still triple digit heat indices possible with that sunshine warming things up quickly this afternoon. All of that will help to energize the atmosphere again too, but it does look as though the dynamics combined with all the energy is setting up to be further east. So this is the Storm Prediction Center's severe weather outlook for today. Moderate risk of severe weather across Wisconsin. We're really on the western edge of any of that possible activity. So I do think the Twin Cities evades most of any real severe weather potential this afternoon, but we do have a wave moving through the middle of the atmosphere. It's literally riding that ridge of heat, and that is going to be sort of the focal point in the middle of the atmosphere to give us some lift, to break through the cap aloft and allow storms to pop along with this jet streak. So basically you get an area of higher wind speeds aloft, and what that does is literally sucks air upward. So it's a focal point for upward movement of air, so any little forcing mechanism can help to produce some thunderstorms and get through that layer, that capped layer. So basically that jet stream creates divergence on one side, the other side creates lift upwards, and that's enough to just suck up some of that heat and humidity to bubble up some storms. So we're going to be watching northeastern Minnesota for that possibility of these dynamics again to push those storms upward, or that air upward to produce storms, and then roll across Wisconsin pretty quickly. So probably we'll start with some isolated supercells that will combine and merge to form a potential derecho or straight line wind line of storms. So all the CAPE, convective available potential energy, this is really looking at the combination of temperature and dew points, shear, which is changes in wind speeds aloft, or wind direction. Supercell index really sort of combines all those things. Where's the organization for those storms occur? Tornado index, pretty similar, but looking at a couple of other factors, and everything really basically lining up east. That's what I wanted to show you out of that. And in fact, when we look at the computer models, modeled high wind gusts, it's all across western Wisconsin. So these are where we could see possibility of those severe wind gusts heading into the late afternoon, evening hours. So this is one of the models that updates frequently every hour, and it does keep those storms, and again, a line of storms mainly to our east. So starting out as discrete cells and then merging into a line of storms that produces wind mainly to the east. Now the NAM model is a little further west, but it's also a model run from earlier this morning before it took into account all the clouds. So we're not out of the woods for storms and maybe even strong storms in the Twin Cities, but it is looking more and more like the severe threat primarily will be just to our east across western and central Wisconsin and through the southern part of Wisconsin through the evening and overnight hours. But I still think we could get up to about 94 today, and you combine that dew point, heat index will be triple digits plus. A little cooler gradually over the next few days, should be in the mid 80s by the weekend with maybe an isolated shower or two on Saturday.